first collection I worked on. What I tried to do was to bring in two different elements of carpets and petticoats. So what I tried to do is bring in the soft with the harsh. So I used a lot of embroidery techniques, and you see a lot of quilting and everything which create heaviness in the fabric, whereas I use a lot of lace sort of detailing with thread work to create softness to it. Again, I made a bunch of separates like you see here.
And you made the shoes as well,
Yeah,
which
the
are
shoes.
lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, is that the skirt is lined like that or the shirt is longer?
No. The shirt's longer and
Yeah.
then the skirt's meant to be worn on it.
Okay.
So the skin won't be shown.
Right.
And then the pockets
And the
as
shirt
well.
can be worn separately as a dress or as
Yeah,
a tunic?
it's not that long to be worn as a dress, but
Okay.
it has to be worn
Like
with
a long
pants or
tunic
skirt.
with
Yeah, it's a
trousers
long
or
tunic,
something.
yeah.
Okay.
So the skirt, this is completely quilted. So this had come up to around 9,500. The shirt is 4,500. So the collection is called a folk tale because it's inspired by old folk tale stories and illustrations from the same. So you'll see a lot of detail within it. You'll see print on print action, and you'll see a lot of color. So this is my color palette for the collection. So the collection consists of dresses, jumpsuits, trousers, tops, and waistcoats. I like doing tailored. I wanted to do a little bit of that as well. And then I also worked on oversized prints.
And you know, she has a good brand story, tells everything. She can put in everything from eyewear to glasses.
And then I thought we'll add a bunch of shoes as well to the collection. The printed fabric is this wrap. This is a Tigre Blanc look. What I wanted to do was stick to the same theme, but create a brand identity to it. It's actually embroidered on a classic satin weave shirt weight fabric. And to me, when I read about Tigre Blanc, I thought the brand stands for sophistication. So I tried to bring that through by keeping the design very basic and very simple, and just let the embroidery do the talk.
One of the designs was inspired by the inside of a phone. So it was like a blueprint of the technical details of the inside. And the other one was inspired by the Fair Isle sweater. So it was a knit cover made out of wool. So I thought that was pretty interesting, yeah.
It feels really good. It really boosts a designer's morale by coming to such a platform. And winning Fashion Fund would mean my label will be on a national level platform and everyone will take notice. So it's more about growth.
So the top 5 have just completed their final presentations. And while the judges seem to be preoccupied with making some critical decisions, the designers are seen doodling away on their Micromax phones.
Well, it's all about the brand being at the right place at the right time. As Micromax moves into the lifestyle space, there's no other better brand than Vogue to partner with. There's some great work on our phones. We actually introduced the Canvas Doodle, which is a phone where you can actually sketch your designs out. And they did a pretty good job. We're pretty impressed with the design. I think the KD design was very nice. It was very funky, very up to the mark. It somehow collaborated what we think as a brand. But we really love that design, and hopefully that should help us.
Looks like the jury has a winner, but who will that be? You have to wait and watch. Meanwhile, let's see what the jury has to say about the top 5.
I think it was very hectic, and if I look at the top 5, I think the important parameters were, creativity, commercial viability, finish, originality of product, and also the personality of the designer. I think everything combined makes a great package, and that's what we are looking. Well, it feels good. I wish I had a mentor when I was starting off, and I think if they can use my services or my advice, it would be lovely, because when I come in with the intention of making sure that I squeeze them to bring out the best super brand in the country in the next years to come.
Today when we started, I had absolutely no clear idea of who my favorites were. I love the fact that we all came in with a clean slate, and as each contestant came in, It was really great to see, their strength. I think, we have a bunch of really, really talented young designers, and I have to tell you that the decision has been extremely tough. But I think we have a favorite.
The going gets tough, the designers get going. With that, we've come to the end of another round of the Vogue India Fashion Fund 2013. Before we move ahead, we give you an exclusive sneak peek into the special photo shoot featuring our top 5 designers.
It's been fantastic. It's a different kind of experience altogether.
So I've just finished my photo shoot and I feel amazing about it. Like, to get featured in the Vogue magazine is just like something
It's a really, really big honor shooting for Vogue, and it's a magazine that I've always looked up to. It's very prestigious. It was fun to be sitting in a box and just having paper all around you, because that's the way designers work.
I just shot for the Vogue Fashion Fund photo shoot and it was really fun. The team was excellent and the whole decor and everything was so exciting, and I'm glad I'm being a part of it. I was really nervous. I'm not really comfortable with cameras, but it was a fun experience, and by the end of it I calmed down. It was fun.
Well, just got over the photo shoot and I'm really sleepy. Knackered really, need to go home and...
Welcome back to Vogue India Fashion Fund 2013. After making its debut last year, Vogue India Fashion Fund is back to give center stage to India's next generation of fashion designers. Now it's time to kickstart the finale of the second edition of the fund that's hosted by leading fashion magazine Vogue India. Before we proceed, time for a very quick recap. In the first round, 19 designers presented 3 garments that represented their brand. They were grilled and tested in a one-on-one discussion with the jury, and the 5 best designers qualified for the second round, where the stakes got higher and the competition stiffer. These 5 designers have had many a sleepless night putting together dynamic pieces that might earn them critical acclaim and the title of winner. So minutes before the big announcement, let's find out what's running through their minds. Well, we're here now with the top 5 finalists. Guys, from 19 to 5, how's the journey been?
Excellent.
It's been pretty exciting.
It's been an exciting journey. I think it's finally to the end of it all, and we're looking forward to the results, and I'm sure everyone here is so deserving, so it'll be quite amazing.
If you could select one more person who is not part of the top 5, who would it be?
Cell design.
Yeah, cell design.
I'd like Bodice to be here.
I think that would be Rahul Mishra.
What do each one of you think is the edge that you possess that made you get into the top 5?
Of course, the textiles bit of what I do, handlooms, and they're very contemporary, they're very progressive.
the style in which I'm doing the digital printing bit. That's what the judges had to say, that it was really different the way I'm using embroidered textiles, like vintage old embroidered textiles, and like bringing it back in terms of print so that everybody can use it, everybody wears it.
It's difficult to say what is the edge for me. I mean, I can only say that I love experimentation. The judges saw that, whatever I'm trying to do, and maybe because of that I'm here.
I think mainly because my clothes are very wearable, and I feel like they're very individualistic to the person who's wearing it, and they can mold it the way they into their personality.
Firstly, my clothes are very affordable, which is important today, and it's a mix of, Indian textile combined with sort of an edgy, quirky way of doing prints. So I think because prints are so synonymous with what I do, and I've sort of reinvented them in a way.
Excellent, guys. All the best. Thank you. And I'm very excited to find out, and I'm nervous to find out who the winner is. On the other hand, the red carpet is buzzing as celebrities walk in to support these young designers. While the guests head to the cocktail party, I've just spotted some extraordinary installations created by the top 5 designers.
This one is a part of what I've showed at the jury panel, and it's kind of an extension of my Spring Summer 14 line. It's engineered, hand-woven cotton, silk, stainless steel, and it's one of my signature pieces.
It was a part of the second round of judging, and it's also one of the Spring Summer 2014 look. So just put together a few pieces.
I've just put one of the pieces which I showed in the second round, and actually the way it has been done, it actually represents my whole philosophy behind making a collection and shoes.
I showcased one of the looks that I showed at the final round of jury, and they're just separates. It's a shirt and a quilted skirt, and it keeps very true to the brand ideology, very vintage, very feminine, and very soft.
Yeah, it's basically a mix of all my sensibilities and stands for the brand's DNA, which is color and print and embroidery also. So it's just fun and it's young. It's a really chic piece, and yeah, it's one of my favorites because I love the colors. The judges have been extremely instrumental in guiding this young bunch in the right direction. And since it's a given that all of them are so immensely talented, the jury must have its favorites.
The results are not yet announced, but I think the jury kind of gets to know a little bit. So I'm going to still keep that a secret.
I always look for something that stirs my heart, being beautiful, tactile, mixed seamless, and yet very innovative.
Somebody who's hungry and needs us.
Well, I think if I was actually a young person and Vogue Fashion Fund was there 20 years ago, I would definitely be competing. I think the young winner will actually have a wonderful financial aid, which is very required today.
It's the first platform of its kind which actually supports the designer. It gives them a backing which could be in any which field that they feel they need help.
And of course they have Westside, who will then provide them the platform to be able to showcase their product. So I think, it's a win-win for them, absolutely.
Importantly, Fashion Design Council of India, WIFW, they get a solo show and be noticed by the entire press in the country and by all the buyers.